Myself Nagarjuna, computer science lecturer, Hosapete. In this video, I am presenting you regarding what is an variable, the rules for declaring a variable, then how to declare a variable, and assigning a values to an variable. This is by using two methods, one in the declaration part and another one is in an executable part, execution part of an programming. Please do like the video and subscribe it for more information regarding the computer science related string. Then variables. So variables are the quantities which changes during execution of an program, whereas a constant does not change during the program execution. Variables are the names given to the programming elements such as arrays, functions. Therefore, variables are also called as an identifiers. The variable means for location in memory used by a program to store an data. For example, on personal computer, the size of an integer variable is 2 bytes and that of a long integer is 4 bytes. The rules for the purpose of naming a variables are: identifier name must be a sequence of letters and digits and there should not be any special symbols. Identifier first character must be an uppercase or an lowercase alphabet, or it can be an underscore. If we have considered a digit, then it is an invalid. The first character should be an alphabet or it should be an underscore. An alphabet can be an uppercase or it can be an lowercase. The underscore character is considered as an letter, and whatever the variable names we are using, those should not be an keyword or it should not be an reserved word. Both uppercase and lowercase characters are allowed, however they are interchangeable, and the uppercase and lowercase are treated differently because C is an case sensitive programming language. Then no identifier may be an keyword. That is, whatever the variables or an identifier you are going to use, those should not be an keyword such as int, float, char, for, if, else. Those you cannot use as a variable. Then no two successive underscores are allowed for the purpose of declaring a variables. Then no special characters such as semicolon, period, slash, backslash, friend slash, uh, then comma, exclamatory mark, quotation marks are not allowed. The only allowed special character is underscore, and it can be used at the beginning or anywhere in between the variable name, but that underscore should not be a successive one. And all variables must be declared before they can appear in the executable statement. Means whatever the variables you want to use in your program, all those variables should be declared in the declaration part of an C programming, either as a global variable or as a local variable. Global variable means the variables which have been declared after preprocessor statements and before the main function. Local variables are nothing but the variables which have been declared inside the main or inside the user defined functions. Examples of a valid and invalid variables are, for example, marks. This is a valid because it is just consisting a sequence of alphabets. Then gross underscore salary underscore 2015, it is also a valid one because it is consisting of a sequence of alphabets, underscores and digits, and the only special character we have used is underscore, which is a valid one in case of an identifier name or a variable name. The next one, area underscore of underscore circle. This is an also a valid one because it is just consisting a sequence of alphabets and special symbol underscore. Then num of 20. This is also a valid one. It is the way of declaring an array variable. Then total underscore marks, it is also a valid one. just we have written in an uppercase letters. As I told, it can be an alphabet, and that alphabet can be an uppercase or it can be an lowercase, and both will be treated differently because the C programming language is case sensitive. Then some of the examples for invalid variables are 8ab. Here it is starting with 8, which is a digit which is not allowed because the variable name should start with either an alphabet or an underscore, and that alphabet can be an uppercase or an lowercase. The next, grass minus salary underscore 2015. So here I have used a minus sign in between grass and salary, which is not allowed because the only allowed special characters special symbol is underscore. Then area underscore, then I have given two spaces underscore off space underscore circle. It is invalid because I have used a special symbol, that is an space. The blank space are not allowed for an variables. Then nums of 20. So here it is invalid because I have used an single quote, this is a apostrophe symbol. Then total space marks, it is also invalid because I have used a blank space in between total and marks. Declaration of variables, all the variables must be declared before they are used in a C program, and they should be declared in a declaration part of a C program. And the purpose of declaring a variables is to reserve the amount of storage space which is required to store the values. For example, when you declare as integer variable, it requires 2 bytes. If you require a float variable, it requires 4 bytes. Means the storage space which is needed, that will be mentioned during the declaration of an variables. And the syntax for the purpose of declaring a variable is data type space a where list semicolon. So here data type indicates uh, a basic data type such as int, float, char or double. Int for the purpose of declaring them as an integer variables, float for the purpose of declaring them as an real variables, char for the purpose of storing a single character, or for the purpose of storing a string, double for the purpose of declaring an real numbers with more precision as compared to the float. Then where list is one or more variables of type data type. Here if we are having only a one variable, then you need to write just a variable name. After that you need to end with an semicolon. But if we have more than one variable, and those should be separated by comma. ಒಂದೇ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಬರೆದು ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ಒನ್ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಸಪರೇಟೆಡ್ ಬೈ ಕಮಾ ಬರೆದು ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಇಂಟ್ ಎ ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್, example int a comma b comma c semicolon. And the next semicolon, it is a delimiter for the declaration of variables. Then examples of declaring a variable, int length semicolon. So this is a valid one because length is a variable and it is possessing all the requirements the variable should have, and it is of type integer, and it has been ended with an semicolon which is an delimiter. Then char ch semicolon, this is declared ch as a character variable which can store a character. Then double density semicolon, it is also an valid one. Density is declared a type of double, that means it can be used for the purpose of storing a real numbers having a higher precision value as compared to an float. Then int x comma y comma z semicolon, this is a valid one. We have declared three variables of type integer, and all those variables have been separated by comma, and it has been delimited with semicolon. The next float p comma q comma r comma array of 15 semicolon. This is nothing but we have declared four variables of type float. That means it can be used for the purpose of storing and real numbers, and the first three are in regular float numbers, whereas array of 15 is used for the purpose of storing an array elements. Then char name of 20 comma class of 10. So this is a valid one. So name of 20 is nothing but a string with a name, and it can store 20 characters including a null character. Then class of 10, it is used for the purpose of storing a string value, and it can store 10 characters including a null character, which is used for the purpose of indicating assigning values to variables. The process of giving values to variables is called assignment of values to variables, and the assignment operator equal to is used for the purpose of assigning a value to an variable. ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಅಸೈನಿಂಗ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಏನು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಆ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ನಾವು ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಆ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಬಂದು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ಆಪರೇಟರ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಬರೀ ಒಂದೇ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು. Then the syntax for the purpose of assigning a values to an variables is variable underscore name is equal to value semicolon. Here variable name means the name of the variable. Variable name andre variable name ina hesaru equal to adenu assignment operator value. Illi value ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರಬಹುದು, or it might be an expression, or it can be an variable. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ 1 ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಕೋಟಲ್ಲಿ y ಆ ರೀತಿ ಬರೀಬೋದು. ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ a is equal to b ಆ ರೀತಿಯೂ ಬರೀಬೋದು, ಅಂದರೆ ಬಿಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರಬೇಕು. ದೆನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ c is equal to a plus b. a plus b ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಷನ್. a ಮತ್ತು b ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಏನು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಆ ಸಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಡ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಅಂತ ಏನು ಬರಿತೀವಲ್ಲ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಆರ್ ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಆನ್ expression, or it can be a variable, and it should be delimited with an semicolon. Last ಗೆ semicolon ಇಂದ end ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Then ಈ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ದ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಸ್ ಏನಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಎರಡು ಟೈಪ್ ಇದಾವೆ. ಇನ್ ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ we are going to initialize the values to an variable within the declaration section, and it is called as an initialization. In this method, the declaration must consist of data type followed by a variable name, an assignment operator, and a value appropriate to the data type, and finally a semicolon. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಂಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೀವಲ್ಲ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಕೋರ್ ನೇಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಅಂತ, ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು. ಅವಾಗೆ ಅದು ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ಗೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದಾದಮೇಲೆ ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್ ಆದಮೇಲೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ನಿಂದ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮೆಥಡ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದನ್ನು ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಸೈನಿಂಗ್ ಎ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಮೆಥಡ್ ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಈ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಇಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್. ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್, ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ವೇರಿಯಬಲ್, is equal to ಅಂದರೆ ಅಸೈನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಪರೇಟರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ 1 ಅನ್ನೋದು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್. Similarly float sum is equal to 0.0 semicolon. Then another one example, char ch is equal to within the single quotes y semicolon. Then double r is equal to 0.123 e minus 4 semicolon. That this is you are assigning an values during the declaration. ಇದು ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಡಿಕ್ಲರೇಷನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅಂದರೆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ನ ಕೊಡೋದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಅದನ್ನು ಇನಿಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Then second method bandu the initial values are assigned to the variables in the execution part of the program and it is called as an assigning values to an variables. In this method an assignment does not include any data type. First method alli data type irutte, second method alli data type iralla. Example x is equal to 1 semicolon. ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಇಂಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 1 ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್ ಅಂತ ಇತ್ತು. ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇದರೊಳಗೆ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ವೇರಿಯೇಬಲ್ನ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಪಾರ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನ ಅಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನು ಬರೆಯಲ್ಲ. ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ನಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಎ ಡೇಟಾ ಟೈಪ್. ಸಿಮಿಲರ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಟು 0.0 ಸೆಮಿಕೋಲನ್. Then ch is equal to y within the single quotes. Then r is equal to 0.123 e minus 1 4 semicolon. This r is a small information